Hi, this is Ajay Anand and welcome to science classes from excelup.com. In this lesson, you will be learning about the age of adolescence. You will learn about changes which take place at puberty. Then you will learn about secondary sexual characters, reproductive phase in human life, about hormonal controls which bring about these changes during puberty. Then you will learn about how the gender of an unborn child is decided and about reproductive health during adolescence. What is adolescence? The period of life when various changes in the body lead to reproductive maturity is called adolescence. Before this period, there is a growth in overall size of the body, and after that, apart from the growth in size of the body also gains reproductive maturity so that it can be ready to meet the demands of reproduction. You will be hearing various terms related to adolescence, like puberty or teenage. All of them they are synonymous with little bit of difference. So while adolescence is about the period when these changes take place, puberty is the process of change during adolescence. So this is the duration and this is the process. Some people, they call it teen age as well, and this is because most of the years during this age, their names end with the letters teen, T-E-E-N, like 13, 14, 18, 19, etc. And that is how the name teenage has stuck with this phase of life. Changes at puberty. The most conspicuous change is the sudden increase in height. At around 11-12 years of age, both boys and girls, they experience sudden increase in height. And by 18 years of age, all of them, they reach the maximum height of their lifetime. In some cases, the sudden increase in height can be at around 11 or 12 years of age. In some cases, it can be at around 15-16 years of age. In some other cases, it can be gradual throughout the teenage period. Then there is change in body shape as well. In case of boys, the shoulders, they become wide and they start looking muscular, and they have more adult-like appearance. In case of girls, the region below the waist becomes wider. Then there is a change in voice also. The voice of boys becomes deeper because of the enlargement of the vocal cord. In case of girls, the voice becomes high-pitched, that is thinner, because the vocal cord does not increase in size in case of girls. Then there is increased activity of sweat glands and sebaceous glands, and because of this, people start sweating more profusely, and because of excess activity of sebaceous glands, oil is secreted in larger quantity, and this may result in problems of acne and pimples for some people. This is the phase when development of sex organs takes place. The testes, they mature and start producing sperms. The penis grows inside. In case of girl, the uterus mature, ovaries, they start releasing egg during each ovulation cycle. This phase is also marked by attainment of mental, intellectual and emotional maturity. So the teenaged boys and girls, they become more independent, more self-confident. Secondary sexual characters. Certain characters, they help in distinguishing between a male from a female, and such characters are called secondary sexual characters. The apparent difference in male and female is called sexual dimorphism, and this is found in most of the complex animals where males, they look altogether different than females. Let us see what are the changes, what are the sexual characters which develop. In case of boys, facial hair grows like mustache and beard, then voice becomes deep, hair on chest, white soldiers. In case of girls, there is enlargement of breasts, high pitched voice, and the region below the waist becomes wide. There are some common development of characters in both boys and girls, and they are hair under armpits and hair in pubic region. The region below the waist is called pubic region. Reproductive phase in human beings is the phase during which human beings are capable of reproduction. It starts at around 11 to 12 years of age in both boys and girls, and ends at around 45 to 50 years of age in women, and in men it can last even beyond 60 years of age. Here are some terminologies related to reproductive phase of women. Menstruation. Bleeding through vagina is called menstruation, and let us try to understand why does this happen. So first of all, there is ovulation, which means that one egg is released from either of the ovaries, and this egg is transferred to the fallopian tubes. After that, the wall of the uterus becomes thick in anticipation of a possible pregnancy. Okay. Suppose fertilization does not take place, then what happens? This egg and the extra layer of uterine wall along with some blood vessels, all of them, they are shed out in fragments, and they come out through vagina, which along with bleeding, and this is called menstruation. The menstrual cycle lasts for around 28 to 30 days, and the menstruation lasts for around 4 to 7 days. The menstrual cycle is the cycle which encompasses all these developments like ovulation, thickening of uterine wall, and ultimately menstruation. Menarche or menarche. The first menstrual bleeding in a girl is called menarche, and this marks the beginning of puberty in girls. Menopause. The cessation of menstrual cycle or menstruation is called menopause, and this happens at around 45 to 50 years in women. Boy or girl. In our country, majority of the people, they prefer a male child, and in many families the birth of a girl is not celebrated, and you may have observed that it is the mother who has to take all the blame in case she gives birth to a girl child. Let us try to understand how the gender of a child is determined. You may recall that cells contain chromosomes, and chromosomes are inside the nucleus. Chromosomes, they contain codes for various characters which are transferred from one generation to another generation. Okay. In human beings, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes in normal cells, and the last pair, that is 23rd pair, is called the sex chromosome. There are two types of sex chromosome. One is called the X chromosome and another is called the Y chromosome. During gamete formations, the number of chromosomes becomes half in gametes. So a sperm or an egg will contain 23 chromosomes. So all the eggs, they contain X chromosome, because in women the 23rd pair has X chromosomes only. Both the chromosomes of the 23rd pair are X chromosome. In case of male, the 23rd pair has one X chromosome and one Y chromosome. So all the eggs, they'll be having X chromosome, and half of the sperms, they'll be having X chromosome, and remaining half will have Y chromosome. Now what happens if a sperm with Y chromosome fertilizes an egg? Then the zygote will result in development of a male child. On the other hand, If a sperm with X chromosome fertilizes the egg, then this zygote, it will result in the birth of a girl child. So neither the father nor the mother is responsible for the gender of the child. This is purely by chance, because half of the sperms, they contain X chromosome and remaining half contain Y chromosome. So it can be said that there is 50-50% chance of birth of a boy or a girl. Hormonal control. Whatever changes take place during adolescence, they are controlled by hormones. Hormones are special chemicals which are released by endocrine glands. The ductless glands in the body, or the glands without tubes, they are called endocrine glands. So let us first see which hormones are responsible for development of sexual characters. The ovary acts like an endocrine gland also, and it releases a hormone called estrogen. Estrogen is responsible for development, maturity of ovary, then for development of secondary sexual characters in girls. In case of boys, testis also works as an endocrine gland, and it secretes a hormone called testosterone. Testosterone is also called the male hormone, and this is responsible for maturity of sex organs, production of sperms, and development of secondary sexual characters. The release of these hormones is governed by a hormone from pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is situated near the brain, and this releases another hormone called growth hormone, which is responsible for normal growth in the body. Thyroid gland is situated in the neck. It produces thyroxine. Thyroxine is responsible for general metabolism in the body. Then the pancreas is in the digestive system. It secretes insulin. Insulin is responsible for metabolism of sugar. If there is some problem with insulin secretion or working of insulin, then the person may suffer from diabetes. In common language, diabetes is called blood sugar. Adrenal glands, they are situated above kidneys, and it secretes a hormone adrenaline. Adrenaline prepares our body for stress situation, for emergency situation. So for example, when you are going to appear for examination, then adrenaline prepares you for taking the stress. When you are going to attend an interview or going to play an important match of football or cricket, then you will feel nervous, your palms will sweat a lot. All of these are signs of readiness and some little bit of nervousness also, and these are controlled by adrenaline. Reproductive health. For an adolescent, reproductive health is all about maintaining a balanced mind and balanced health. So first of all, you should take balanced diet. A diet which contains carbohydrate, protein, fat, minerals and vitamins in proper ratio is called a balanced diet. This is the age when your body requires lot of raw material for whatever developments are taking place, like development in height or development in muscle mass or development of various secondary sexual characters. So you need to take care of your diet, especially in case of girls, because they lose lot of blood during menstruation. So they should reach iron rich diet, because iron is necessary for making red blood corpuscles. Personal hygiene. You may recall that during this phase, the sweat glands and sebaceous glands, they are hyperactive, and excess sweat can lead to body odor. If sweat is collected somewhere in the body, especially under the armpits or in pubic area, it can harbor bacteria and it can result in skin infections also. Excess oil can lead to pimples or acne. So you need to take good care of your overall body, your skin, so that you can maintain proper hygiene. Physical exercise. You need not become a bodybuilder, but you should at least start taking up outdoor games, or maybe you can do a lot of cycling so that you can remain fit. No to drugs. This is the age when you will have to face a lot of pressure. maybe because of physiological changes or psychological changes in your body. And many of your friends or peer people, they may encourage you to take some substances, but always say a big no, because those substances or drugs, they are highly harmful. They not only destroy the individual, they also end up destroying the family and even the society. AIDS is a very dangerous disease because there is no cure of AIDS, and AIDS spreads through exchange of body fluids. So it can spread by way of using infected syringe needles, by using infected blood for transfusion, or by unprotected sex. So you should take all the precaution not to contract this deadly disease. Okay, let me recapitulate. I talked about what is adolescence, then I talked about various changes which take place during adolescence, then I talked about secondary sexual characters, then I talked about the hormonal control of those characters, and finally I talked about reproductive health during adolescence. That's all for this lesson. Thank you.